Right, so I want to talk about suicide, which is a very tense, very sensitive topic to talk about, quite rightly, because it's suicide. But I guess with COVID going on this year and all of the racist shit that's been going on, I feel like this is the most significant thing to talk about because this affects all of us. Suicide is something that doesn't care about race, doesn't care about sexuality. It affects all of us, and it's something that needs to be dealt with, but in the right way. And it's difficult. It really is difficult because obviously there's helplines, there's charities, but sometimes with suicide, it's always quite consequential. It's difficult to really. I'm mincing my words here. It's difficult sometimes to really understand why someone feels suicidal. And there's always different reasons. It could be a relationship, a job ending, it could be cheating. It could just be feeling like there's no place in the world, no friends. There's a lot of things that go with suicide. And I just want to make this video to sort of try and talk about my experience with suicidal thoughts and see if I can help people by trying to open their eyes to sort of a new way of thinking. So I'll begin. I probably started feeling suicidal, or at least having suicidal thoughts, around February this year. It's at a time when my life was changing, my job was changing, my relationship come to an end, and I was basically being thrust out into a world that I didn't really understand and didn't really know what to do in. I was clueless, really. I wasn't entirely clueless, but I felt clueless, if you know what I mean. Like, I knew what I was doing, but I didn't. I didn't have any idea, and it felt bad. It did feel bad. Bear in mind, my life was pretty much normal before this. Like, 3.5 years my relationship lasted, and coming out of that, it was a fairly big change. It was something I wasn't used to, but I got over it, and now we're in June, and I think it's safe to say I've came a fair way since February, and I've gone through a lot of positive changes, made some good new friends, and I've done some good things. I've taken up things like bike riding. I've made some TikToks and some videos. I've been trying to do as much as I can, basically. But I guess... Oh, that's a shangle. I guess there's still certain things that I can do. But how does my experience apply to other people's? Because obviously everyone else's experience with suicidal thoughts and mental health is very different, yeah? People have their ways of dealing with their thoughts. Some people self-harm. Some people drink. Some people smoke weed. Some others take different types of drugs. Other people just sit there in the dark and do nothing. Some people just cry. Others conceal it until it's too late. None of them are wrong at all. People handle their own shit differently, and I just want to get across this idea to people who think people are all the same. Who think that, because of one bad experience with one person, think everyone else is the same. I disagree with that. I think that's wrong. To classify everyone in the same boat, for me, is kind of stupid. For example, just because I had a shit experience with my ex doesn't mean I think all girls are bad. If anything, it's made me think the opposite. It's made me realise that other girls out there are fucking amazing, some of them. Some of them, compared to her, are just amazing people. And yeah, we all have flaws. I mean, don't get me wrong, we all have our own ups and downs. We all have our things that makes us, tick. We all have these different emotions, and sometimes they're a bit more complex than others. Sometimes they're just really simple. And I guess it's getting to grips with that, like getting to grips with expecting the unexpected, having to go outside your comfort zone a lot with meeting new people and things, it can really fuck with some people's brains, and it can put them in a state of mind where they're not really ready for it. But I guess what I can say in terms of helping with that, once you've gone through trauma, once you've gone through a bad time, because a bad time, it can last ages. It can last ages without you even realising. But my sister's gone to have a shit. But what I can say is bad times do come to an end. Good times come to an end too, but you've got to keep moving forward. It's about, for me, my mentality is, something shit happens, fuck it, on to the next thing. Don't give a fuck. It doesn't matter. It happened. It just doesn't matter anymore, you know? And you learn from it, obviously. You look back on it and you think, look at where I was then, look at where I am now. That's how you got to deal with these things. And I know that's difficult. I'm not saying this shit is easy at all, don't get me wrong, but sometimes you just have to look at things in a new light. You have to keep, thinking, going over things, And my way of dealing with these thoughts is drink, but we all have our coping mechanisms and things. But I guess if you are feeling suicidal, or if you are feeling like, there's no place for you in this world, even if you don't want to necessarily kill yourself, but you're having these thoughts of, the world would be better if I wasn't here. My advice to you is, there are way more reasons to live than reasons to not live. And some people may disagree with that, but put it this way. There is so much to this life that even I don't know. Even your grandparents won't know. There is so much more to this fucking world than what we see now. Because remember, at the moment we're all just sort of living in our own houses. We're just sort of all doing the same shit day in, day out, and it's fucking mind-numbing. But we are. Good times will come. Good times will come back, and it will take fucking ages. Trust me, it's not going to be a quick fix at all. But I guess you just got to have that hope, and that's something I never really lost. I'm not gonna lie. I've always had that hope that something better will come along, and sometimes that hope is exasperated. Sometimes that hope just disappears, but it can come back. That hope can come back. It's not like a one-time thing. But I guess my most important message for you guys are feeling really low, and you don't know what to do with yourselves. Message me if you need to. Comment on this video if you need to. There are ways of dealing with this. Like, if you want, I can put some help. I'll put some helplines in the description if they'll help people. I will try and find ways of easing that as much as I can. Or if not me, if you don't feel comfortable talking to me, I don't blame you. I'm a bit of a cunt, but there is always one person in the world that will care for you. Let's take someone like Hitler, who was a right big fucking cunt, wasn't he? He had a wife. If he was feeling shit, he could have gone to her, and he was a fucking deplorable person. He was a right cunt. He was literally probably the worst human being ever born. But the fact is, even if you feel like you're a bad person, I'm not calling any of you Hitler or anything, I was just using him as an example, but even if you feel like you're a bad person, there is always someone there who can say, no, you're not. You just misunderstood. Oh, you're thinking about this in a wrong way. Oh, you're not dealing with this emotion in the right way. No matter how low you can get, it can be anything. It can literally be absolutely, there will be people who can help, yeah? And I'm not always the best at handling these situations. I'm not always the guy who's the most heartfelt, but I can speak from what my own experience is. And from my own experience, these things can go. These things can be controlled, and they can. What the fuck's this? There we go. Sorry, I got a white screen on. There we go. Better lighting. These things can be controlled and sorted out. Just at the end of the day, I just want people happy. the thing that makes me smile is seeing other people smile, seeing other people happy, reacting in a good way, and just knowing that I've made a difference. I guess that's what makes each day for me worth living. But yeah, I hope I have helped someone with this. I hope I've got a message across. And please, if anyone feels like suicide is just the best option for them at this moment in time, I can promise you there are way better options. There is so much in this fucking world that we've been given that me and you haven't experienced yet. And nothing's stopping you, nothing's stopping me, nothing's stopping all of us. There's, what, one person, yeah? One person stopping me? Don't give a fuck. We move on, and it depends how deep in you are, but new things will come. Better things will come into your life, and I want everyone to know that. But I feel like I've spoken enough. I hope this has helped someone, and I may have repeated myself a little bit, but yeah. I hope people find happiness, because I'll find mine.